Boop-a-da boop boop boop. So, welcome. This is Red Strike Firearms, and this is going to be a decent long video. We'll see how it runs, but you know. Anyways, though, to get started, I'm going to be talking about the differences between these three firearms and comparing them amongst one another. I made a short recently about this, and I called it a bum rush of a comparison. You know, there's a lot to cover with these firearms that it's really hard to encapsulate that all into a short. You know what I mean? But I figured I'd go ahead and make a full length video for these three firearms because I know in today's world a lot more people are carrying, and it would be unfortunate, as I've done in the past, to buy a firearm that you're like, oh, whoa, I wish I would have known this about this, or there's been times where I've done that. Not knocking any guns specifically, but I once bought a Beretta clone. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say Beretta's bad, it's good, whatever. I just wanted to try it. I don't know if it was my own bad self shooting or if it was a tweaked sight or what it was, but either way, shot terribly with it. I sold that gun probably the same month that I ended up getting it because I'm just like, this is not at all what I expected. I had no intention of getting rid of it, but here we are. So anyways though, back on track, we're gonna start the review and comparison process with the Canik here. This is the Canik TP9 Elite SC. I enjoy this gun a lot. I've had this gun for ages. I think I bought this gun here when as soon as I turned 21. I bought the TP9, it was just the TP9 Mod 2 SF for, the titles in these guns are a little weird, wonky, but it was a good gun. It was the full size. It had the decocker. I loved it, but, money was tight. I wanted to move on. So I got this guy and I wanted to carry. So yeah, I enjoyed this for a while. I didn't much care for the width on it. Of course, it is a 9mm. It's striker fired, single action. The barrel length here, we have a 3.6 inch barrel. And the overall length on the gun is 6.7 inches. So it's still pretty short, yet, this is the Glock 43X. It's a lot shorter than that gun, so it's got a little bit more length to it. The barrel's a little bit longer, or, well, by a hair, we'll say, but we'll get to that. So, and I'm also, just to keep it a buck, I am trying to read the specs off of this. It's a lot to memorize, and I also don't want to just feed you guys opinion. I want to give you the facts. I wouldn't want to be dishonorable in that fashion. So, anyways, though, now the height. I mean, I don't know that anyone really cares. I don't know how they measure these guns. Regardless, it says 4.6 inches. So, maybe that's with the mag in it. I don't know. All guns are clear and safe, by the way. I should have started off with that, but, whatever. So, it comes with two different mags, stock. This is loaded, mag loaded. Who cares? It's not in the gun. You got the 15 and you got a 12. Now, they're both pretty decent mags. I haven't had any trouble with them. They seem to last a very long time. The coating on them's good. And I do like the fact that the 15 round mag has this plate. It makes it excellent to get a full-size grip on this gun. I mean, it just feels great in the hand. There's nothing like it. But now, like the 12 round mag, it's decent. It is a little bit more tensiony than the 15 per se. It's harder to get rounds in there, and when it's fully loaded, it can be a little difficult to get her locked in there. But just slap her, send her home, or keep one less in the magazine. Who cares? It's up to you. But yeah, and then on top of that, another feature I like about Canik is all their mags are interchangeable. So this being one of their smaller guns. Now, I can't say that about the Meats, their newer lines of compact guns coming out. I have not bought or even researched those guns, so take that with a grain of salt. However, all the ones before the Meat series, I know have fit just fine, such as this 18, fits in here just fine, and it does feed just fine. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. What's next? Of course, you got a polymer frame, helps with the weight. It is pretty nice. The weight on this gun, I would say unloaded. It doesn't specify. is 1.55 pounds, which really it's not bad. Most all your weight is up here, and then in your magazine when it's loaded. Um, but it does have a few features and whatnot. For example, you've got this optics ready cutout here. I've mounted an optic before, but personally, I know they say it makes you a better shooter. I know it's, easier to get on target with a little extra training, but I'm an iron sights guy. Always have been for handguns. I mean, I don't need an optic to protect myself. You know what I mean? Like, it's there, and yeah, I'm not gonna dive into that. Anyways, though, it's got a match grade nitride coated barrel, a very nice barrel. I haven't seen much wear on it, and I've put, oh lord, who knows how many rounds to this gun. I mean, I really don't keep track, which I should, but as you can tell, it's getting some wear on them there. But yeah, I've shot it a lot. Anyways, though, it comes with a couple extra back straps. I have the case somewhere, but I'm not gonna pull it out. The magazine release is reversible. I don't know how you go about doing that. Good luck. I'm sure somebody has a video on it, or it's in the manual. Ambidextrous slide stop. Again, that's where a lot of the bulk comes from on this gun for carrying. If it didn't have such a bulk right there, I imagine it'd be better. I like what Glock does with their slide release. It's super thin, super low profile. I mean, nothing gets hung up on it. Not that anything does on here, but it's just, there's no bulk there. I do like that. What else? It does come with a holster. Nah, mine didn't. I bought it new. Don't know what happened to the holster. It wasn't in the box. Whatever. I have my own, so I don't really care. And yeah, that's really, there's not much else to say about it. I know these sights here, I believe they're Warren Tactical sights. Love these sights. I mean, dude, just the best sights I've shot in any firearm. Honest to God. I mean, swear. The stippling on the sides, phenomenal. I love it. Even that little thumb deal there. I mean, I'm the type of shooter to put my thumb there. I don't know if it really helps that much, but I love it. Now, I was I researched, there's only 2 lights that I know of that'll fit this gun. The Olight PL2 Mini, or PL Mini 2 Valkyrie. It fits here perfect. I mean, it just looks great. I don't know if any of y'all have played Resident Evil 4, but this reminds me a lot of the Blacktail once that guy's on there. I mean, so nice. Trigger in these guys, freaking excellent. I mean, crisp break, super short reset. I mean, dude, better than my Glock, 100%, as far as the trigger goes. I mean, it's just nice. It gives you a little window here. That guy will pop up if you have a round in there. I kind of like that. You could also see the brass through this window here. So it has a few different safety features that are pretty nice. Obviously, there's no safety. This is your safety. Don't pull the trigger while it's loaded. And then you also get a chamber, or like your trigger set indicator. So you pull that trigger, light goes away. It's not a light, but you get what I mean. But yeah. Another little quick thing about this: if you have one, you know this already. But if you don't and you're looking to get one, keep this in mind, because Canik's starting to get to this way. I know that because I've gotten one of their newer guns, and I didn't realize it would be the same way. But to tear this down, most guns you take them all the way off, like slide it all the way off the front, pull it back, pull that down, let her forward. Now you would think slide it all the way off. Wrong. Right like that. I mean, it's as simple as that. Canik actually sends a problem. Sorry, I got distracted when the message came off. They actually add a disclaimer, or like a warning in the box when you open it, to let you know, hey, if you take this apart the normal way, you could damage the gun, and they won't warranty that. That's your own fault. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, phenomenal gun. I really like it. It is good for carrying. Don't let me, discredit it. I don't really carry it much due to the light. That's really the biggest obstacle. But, and I'll take this off real quick just so you guys can see what she looks like without a light on her. But yeah, so I mean, still a pretty beautiful gun. I think it's even more pretty with the light on myself, but that's just me. So give her a little jiggle. But yeah, phenomenal gun. Yeah, let me make sure there's nothing else I'm missing. They retail for around $450. I got this for, yeah, about the same price, $450. I got it shortly. I don't know when they came out, come to think of it, but like I said before, I got it shortly after I turned 21, so that was 2021. So yeah. Okay, moving on though. If you guys have any questions about either of these firearms, leave a comment and whatnot, and I'll try to get back to it. Or who knows, I might just make a full-length video on reviewing the gun specifically, going into detail. More detail than I am now. I don't know how that's possible, but I'll figure it out. So at least I'll try and answer your guys' questions. Moving on though, we're gonna go to the CZ75 Compact. So comparing to this firearm here, this gun's way heavier. And there's a good reason for that, being the whole frame is actually steel. I like that. It's a lot more robust in my opinion. I like things that are more durable. I mean, I've seen pictures of, guns like these, or especially Glocks, because they're the most popular. If their dog's chewing them up, I ain't gonna have a problem with my dog chewing it up, because one, I don't have a dog. Two, this guy's steel. I mean, you can't chew that up. And you drop it, oh boo-hoo, what's it gonna do, nick it? That thing could crack. I mean, I'm just saying, it's plastic. But anyways, again, all three of these guns are 9mm. But this is double action, single action. It is a hammer fired gun. So double action, pretty long pull. You see that. Pretty long. And then, of course, the reset, you saw that. It's crazy in double action mode. But switch over to single action, you can see the trigger drops quite a ways. And watch how much of a hair trigger that is. I think, at least. You got your wall and break. It feels pretty hairy. I mean, these are a crisper break. This one's a little bit more, you don't expect it as much. With these, you know where they're going to break, where this one, it has a little extra sponge to it. Why? I don't know. Again, that's my opinion. Whatever. But I do like how crisp it is overall. It's a pretty clean break. And then the reset isn't half bad either. I mean, really not that bad. I don't think so. Anyways, I do like it has a thumb safety. It's not ambi though. They might allow you to interchange it, but I doubt it. So I think that's about all I've got. I don't know if this is true or not. I believe it is, just because of the look and feel and just how much slide is above the frame on this gun. I believe it has a lower bore axis than the rest of these firearms, and a lot of others. Just because, I mean, I don't know here. Is it going to be visible? I'm not sure. No, I don't know how to. Yeah. See, the slides are like that. You can see the etch in that slide where it slides back, and same with this one. I hope you can at least. So yeah, the bore is definitely lower than typical bores, which I think adds a decent bit of accuracy. I could be wrong. I have shot this only a couple times. I haven't had a lot of time to work with it, as I just got it not too long ago. But it does feel great. I love the grip, and I guess that's one of the bigger famous things about this gun is just the grips are great. I mean, it fits right in your hand perfect, I think at least. It is a little heavy, as I said before, steel frame. The weight is actually 32.8 ounces. The Canik in ounces was 24. So that gives you a pretty good idea on how much heavier this gun is. It's not crazy, but with a loaded mag in there, depending on the size you got, I mean, that's a little bit of weight. The barrel length is 3.75 as compared to the Canik, which had a barrel length of 3.6. Not a big difference, but every bit counts, right? The overall length is 7.24 inches, so a little bit. Well, I mean, are they counting they must be counting the tail in the back. Let me check that. I want to make sure. Overall length 6.7 on here. 7.24. Well, I just don't believe that. Yeah, they gotta be counting the tail. Maybe the back of the grip. I mean, they look almost identical. I mean, come on. But yeah, no, they know. But the height, it's a little taller of a gun. It's about 5.03 inches. The other one was like 4 something. 4 4.6, yeah, so a little bit taller. Magazine capacity, I didn't. Okay, on my spec sheet here, it says there's a low capacity version. It must be talking about this mag here. So this mag came stock in it. I got it at a gun show. Didn't even get a box with it, but this is what was in the gun. So it is a 10 round mag, and it says on here the low capacity version of the gun is a 10+1. That's this guy. But I've heard that majority of these came with 15 round mags. They have a little blue follower in them instead of a black one. But I didn't get that, so it is what it is. Again, steel frame. What else can I say about it? Not much. The sights, they're fixed. You can move the rear sight. I mean, I'm sure you can just put it in a press. This one, however, is screwed in from, or no, it's got a roll pin in the side. I was thinking of this guy. But usually the sights are pretty spot on from factory, guys. You really don't have to mess around with that. I learned my lesson on that a while ago. Again, the safety features, it's got a manual safety. Safety stop on a hammer. I don't know what the hell that means. Probably how it has it does have a, hold on. It's got 3 position hammer, I guess. You know, it's got half cock like a 1911, so obviously dead trigger, or, you know, fully there. Then you got your half cock, then you got your full cock. So I assume it's relating the safety stop on hammer to the half cock, because say you had it ready and you just were trying to let it go and you slipped, and took your finger off the trigger at the same time. Oh, now it didn't go off, but I mean, if you're trying to lower that hammer, I mean, and you slipped, you would already be depressing the trigger, so I don't see how that helps you. Anyways, yeah. And then it says it has a firing pin block safety. I assume that's something similar to what Glock does with their firing pin safety. I could be wrong though. But the retail on this guy is roughly $650. I got it used and in great condition. I got it for about $475. But yeah, it was a pretty good deal. I did make a trade for it, but I will not go into that. Just because it makes me look bad, because I got screwed a long time ago with the gun that I traded. I thought it was worth more. It wasn't. Long story short, that's what happened. Next, yeah, that's all I have to say about it. I guess I'll go into opinion mode real quick. I do like the grip, as I said before. I like the thumb safety because, I mean, extra safety. Why not? I'm a safety guy. Magazine release. It's not too out of the way. I mean, I've got small hands, I say. So I do have to change position a little bit, but if you got bigger hands, I don't see it being a problem. Again, it looks so nice. I don't know. It's kind of basic, in my opinion, as well. Like, it's your standard semi-automatic looking pistol, but it feels great. I like the sights. The slide feels great, and just the all-metal design, I love it. I mean, I'm a sucker for 1911s, and they're, solid frames. I like this as well. The takedown on this guy, it's a little funky. I won't really do it right now. I don't really feel like it. I'm just being honest. It's not a lot of work, but it's just meh. Now, one big problem I don't like, maybe it's okay, I don't know. I just want to point this out. Now, this one has a metal one. This one has a plastic one as well. I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with this one being plastic, just because, look at that. Look, it's like, it should be here. I mean, granted, it's used. Maybe I don't know how much has been shot. It doesn't look like a lot, but I don't like the fact that that thing's dangling. Yeah, and it's plastic. I feel like it'll break one of these days. So, I mean, if they make a metal guide rod or anything like that for this firearm, let me know in the comments, please, because I would definitely consider getting a new one for this if I end up liking it, because I just don't like that. Everything else I love, but this, I don't like it. But other than that, I do like it. I like the two-tone look. I mean, that's probably not what it's called, but the silver trigger is pretty nice, and then the double silver hammer really completes the look with the all black. I could throw on some different grips. As you can see, I have a printer here. I could even print some new grips. But I'm pretty satisfied with these ones. I mean, I get enough grip, and it just your hand fits on it like a glove. You know, it's good. So, I believe I already talked about the mags, but just double check. I've got this 16 round mag sold by CZ, and then it came with the 10, of course, but it comes with the 15. But I think that pretty well wraps up the CZ75 compact. So, last but not least, we have the Glock 43X. Now, this gun, favorite. I say that only because I carry it every day. In terms of overall efficiency, it works the best for me. I mean, it fits great in the belt. You hardly recognize the dang thing's there. It's very compact. It's a lot thinner than these other two. I mean, you can tell with the Canik, it's quite thinner. And then even with the CZ, it's got a little bit on it, not a lot, but this one's definitely the thinnest out of all the three, which is a bonus if you carry every day like I do. Of course, most people already know everything there is to know about Glocks, I would think. I'm not one of those people. I'm not a die-hard Glock fan, but I do enjoy their firearms. They're nice. I've had a Glock 20, or whichever one shoots the 10mm. Can't remember, but that thing, wild. Just wild. A small guy like me does not need to be shooting 10mm. Enough said. But we'll go through, I'm going to go through real quick on all the factual information on this guy. So, it's a 9mm, obviously. Striker fired, safe action, wherever the hell that is. Barrel length, 3.41. So, for the Canik, you know, they're pretty much around the same. It's a little bit shorter, as I said before, just by a hair. I think the Canik was, what, 3.6? Yeah, 3.6. So, it's a little shorter, but not too bad. The overall length is 6 inches. 6.5 inches, I should say. Which is a little shorter than this guy, and I think it might even be shorter than the Canik. Let me look real quick. Overall length 6.7. Okay, so yeah, shorter than the Canik. Shorter than the Canik. The height 5.04, so about the same height as your CZ here. The width, I mean, I already went through that. I don't know. It's 1.1 inch, but it's the thinnest, and I've yet to see a 9mm that's more compact than this gun. Maybe the new Canik series. They did just release their new compact guns a while back. Those look pretty cool. I haven't checked them out yet, but this is probably a good contender for them, for sure. Now, weight without the magazine is 16.28 ounces. And this one actually gives me specs for some reason. Without the magazine, yeah, 16.26 ounces. With an empty mag, which this is not, it's 18.55. Obviously, now with the loaded magazine weight, you're going to have differences in weight depending on your ammunition choice. But with empty magazine, it's 18.55. With loaded, it's roughly 22.96. So we'll say 23 ounces overall loaded mag in the gun. Magazine capacity is 10 plus 1, which really ain't bad. I mean, 10 rounds, it's more than a 1911. You're still using 9, but you really don't need that many more, I don't think. And of course, you can always carry extra. I keep a couple extra on me just in case, you know. I mean, I don't keep them on my person. I keep them in a bag. But, yeah, I mean, you can carry them anywhere. A bag, on your person. I mean, I've done that on my person. It don't matter, you know. I mean, whatever you're comfortable with. I just don't think you really need more than 10 rounds in a personal self-defense situation. And if you're going to war or some crazy thing, you wouldn't be choosing any of these weapons anyway. I mean, you're pretty much out there with a, I don't know, a wet paper bag in the rain. You're not doing nothing. You're just making noise. So, anyways, moving on. Frame material, polymer. Actually, I'm pretty certain these are glass reinforced carbon, if I can remember correctly. Which is, I mean, pretty cool. I know it's a pretty durable material. As you can see, I print, so, you know, I'm interested in maybe one day, you know, dabbling in stuff like this, you know, firearms for that, but we'll see as it comes. It's still a hobby in use, so. The frame material, polymer, sights, standard MOS version. Standard. MOS version is optics ready. This one isn't there. And I actually heard Glock doesn't make this model anymore. I mean, they still make the Glock 43X, but they don't make this frame because they didn't put a rail on it. And without that rail, they're like, ah, crap. So they stopped making this, and then now they make them all with a rail for a light attachment. Kind of cool. Which I find even cooler that I have this one, just for the fact that they don't make this anymore. To me, that makes it a little bit more unique in my opinion, and makes me feel good. So, that being said, it's kind of cool. And it's not MOS optic ready, which is whatever. Now the features, whatever that is, it says it's got a Glock Marksman barrel, GMB. You know, I don't know what that means, but I can tell you what, she's accurate once you learn how to shoot her right. I mean, Glocks, I don't know. I seem to have shot everything else in my life pretty decently until I picked up a Glock. It's kind of weird. This is a smaller gun, so that plays a role into it too, but yeah, I'm practicing and getting better at it, and I found that I was just shooting it improperly. I mean, that's all there is to it. It also has a reversible magazine catch, so that can flip to the other side for ambi use. And yeah, it like I said, it's a pretty nice gun. MSRP can vary, you know, retail value. I cannot. Oh, I can remember. I got this for around. Oh, I want to say I got it for around 430, 450, somewhere around that. Maybe actually a little bit more. I think it was about 500 even, actually, somewhere in there. So I mean, really, in terms of price, the Canik and the Glock 43X are pretty evenly priced, I think. Now, in terms of bang for your buck, if I could go back and I didn't have either of these guns right here, I would honestly go ahead and pick. If I was wanting to carry every day, and you know, I was comfortable with guns, I've shot a decent bit, I know the safety with them and everything, I would choose the Glock. If I'm carrying every day, and you know, I'm not shooting all the time, I don't really care that much, I'm just trying to protect myself and my family, I'd go with the Glock 43X. It's simple, it's streamlined, it's basic controls. I mean, this would be best for your novice shooter, I would believe, you know, or you know, novice carrier. You know, at the end of the day, everyone get your training. If you're not confident to carry one of these around, and you don't believe you can use it safely, or you're scared of it, don't carry. Please just don't carry. It's not worth it to risk your own life or injury to your own life or anyone else's. Just don't go that route. But and then in terms of like, if you're an avid shooter like I am, who really enjoys shooting, and you do care about accuracy, and not to say this isn't inaccurate, not to say this is inaccurate, and you just don't want to be like the Glock guys. You don't want a Glock. Go with Canik. I mean, I wouldn't say not to carry this every day because it's still a good carry gun. I just think it's a little bulky for me. Plus, I carry light on it, and I don't have a holster that'll accept that. But I don't know what it is, guys, but I can shoot this gun here 10 times better than any of these guns here. Now, I can't remember the exact distance I was at, and I'm going to try not to exaggerate here, but I'm going to say roughly, I don't know, 20 feet. Yeah, I can say 20 feet. 20 to 15 feet, somewhere in there. I was shooting holes through holes with this guy. I mean, just holes through holes. I've never done that with anything other than a rifle. And I was just very impressed. It's easy to control. The grip's great. The sights are even better. Warren Tactical sights. It's just phenomenal. I love it. Now, the Glock, I had a bit more of a learning curve. I would come to find out. It seems like you have to be a lot more particular with your firing with this gun. Like this one, I don't have to be mindful about, oh, is my trigger finger in the right spot? Oh, is my grip right? Oh, I don't know. It just fits. I can put my hand in it. My finger's where it needs to be. It won't allow me to go any further than where my finger needs to be. I have small hands, whatever. It feels great and it shoots great. This is the gun for me. But I carry this one every day. This one sits by my bed. This one I trust my life to at my home. This one I trust my life to everywhere I go. So it's really up to you, and I found that this just works better for me for carrying as opposed to the Canik. Not to say that any of these guns are bad or worse than the others. They all perform the same way. It's just, it depends on what you like yourself. The CZ, I haven't had it that long, so I really can't say too much crazy about it. I just thought it'd be neat to add to the video because it's another compact gun. And I just thought it was a cool gun. It feels great. It has that like old feel to it, you know. It's robust. It's got some history. It's nice. It's a different gun in my arsenal. But again, the Glock is just it feels great. The weight is just it's nothing. This thing's awesome, and I love the front serrations on it. Same as the Canik. It's just I don't know. It makes me feel good. I like to be able to press check and shit like that. But yeah, well, that's really. I think that about covers it, guys. I really don't have a whole lot else to say. I guess, you know, once you see one, you see them all. You don't know how to tear down a Glock. You just pull the thing down, you slide it off. But this, you know, coming back to how I was taking down the Canik, you can't take that Canik apart like that. You know, this one, you have to slide it all the way off. You can't just, you know, like the Canik, it pops off right here. Yeah, you ain't doing that with the Glock. Or the CZ. It just ain't happening. And I guess, just for giggles and shits, I'll go ahead and take this apart. Let me remember how to do it. Okay, yeah. So, what the guy told me is, put it in half cock. There's 2 lines on the back of the slide here. What you do is you pull that back, you line them up, and your firing pin on the back of the slide will basically touch the hammer. And that lines them up. Then, this is the hard part. You can do it with your finger. You can do it with the magazine. I've done it with the magazine a few times, but it's really not terrible to take out. It's just a pain. It's a lot harder to get out than a 1911, I believe. But then you do that, and then you just... What am I doing wrong here? Wait a minute. Is that the problem? Oh no, I'm just stupid. Okay. Yeah, so that's that. I mean, it's pretty wicked looking in there. And she's pretty cool. I like it. I mean, it looks well made. It is all milled, I believe. I just like it. It's robust. What can I say? Aside from that spring, again, y'all know anything about metal one? The rod in there? Let me know, please. But yeah. So I guess that pretty well wraps everything up to some extent. Let me go ahead and see if I can't put this thing back together without messing it up. Hey, look at that. It's so nice. So, yeah, let me go through here real quick and make sure I didn't miss anything for you guys. Well, we seem to be doing alright. So, without further ado, I guess if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. And yeah, if you have any requests for any guns you'd like to see, or you know, certain things you'd like to see from this channel specifically, or any questions about anything on this table, I mean, whatever, you know, just go ahead and drop a comment. If you want, subscribe. If you enjoy these videos, drop a like. And yeah, Restorative Firearms out. Thank you.